That was really, really cool to see. And I love the BraveMaker Academy concept. It's so different than your regular like acting class. The fact that you get to actually go all in, write, direct, produce, like create your own short film. I think that is amazing. And it was really cool to see all the different films and everybody in it playing different parts. That was really cool. I definitely want to sign up for the next one. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, so talk to us about your experience just being in the class, being a student, and also just creating your own short films.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Adrian. I think Art and I both, we've been in acting classes for a long time, and so we've taken quite a few of them where, whether they're on-camera acting classes, where at least you can, it's just one frame of you, right? And so you could see what you look like on camera, but it's not the ability to actually get on set and walk around and, play the character as much, right? Or there's acting classes where there is no camera at all, but it's a film class, right? And then you're kind of like, like, am I overdoing it? Like I can't see myself on camera. I don't know how it looks, like that kind of thing. So this was Tony's, no, it's okay. This was Tony's idea of putting together this academy, and he was telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll sign up. And now I think the word has gotten out a bit that he's doing this, and I think there's a lot of actors in the Bay Area that, as we spread the word more, that are going to want to come on board and get to do this. I mean, Tony actually wrote all 3 scripts and played director and producer, I think, on all of them. So it was nice for us because we just had to do the acting work and show up and, run wardrobe by Tony and, shoot something in a night, in an evening. Yeah, in one night, yeah.
We should give Art a little credit because he did a lot of ad-libbing on that Roomies. I was like, okay, take it, Morgan Freeman with the balls.
I'll just say that. That's probably why I love this so much, because he let me have some fun with that. I mean, I just let everything hang out and just realized.
You had to say hang out, didn't you?
Yeah, I just had to say that. And that's what that's what I loved. And I figured at first, like, well, until he tells me it's PG, not NC-17, I'm going. Like,
Somebody texted, can kids come to the BraveMaker Academy short? I was like, no, I don't think so.
And it's probably because of my fault. I'm sorry. But
more filmy.
No. Yeah, that's true. But no, I mean that's what I mean. It's not just the experience within the class and what they allow us to not only learn but allow us to do. And then, but it's just the class itself, the experience itself, and the academy itself. I mean, I think I just love how you introduced it, that this is different. I mean, the way you describe it, everybody is heard of acting classes, film classes, theater classes, anything that'll give you the training and it'll give you some direction, give you stuff to learn. But the experience at the end, the actual getting in front of the camera, getting some stuff actually seen on screen, and getting that experience of actually being on a professional set. Because what I've been doing is telling everybody the only difference between this and the real movies is just the length. This is short films, those are feature films, and that's it. We have everybody in the BraveMaker Academy that are professional cinematographers. Gabriel is the best, and he's going on to be the best, surrounded by fellow actors. Adrian, she's the best. And then Tony with his production, with his direction, with his writing. And then people with the sound. I mean, they were in so many different places, just getting the right sound and different shots that Gabriel took. Everything about this is not just unique and different, but it's special, and it's the real thing. It feels real, and when you see yourself, I mean, on screen. I mean, I just saw myself on screen in a century of theaters in a film festival. Like, that's about as real as it gets. So I mean, and so that's what makes it.
I loved seeing you yesterday. You were just on cloud nine. It was so cool.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody at Amra too. I mean, just
Yep. And I mean, I might as well confess it now because I told everybody, but the reason I watched it way up there is because I didn't want people to see me crying, man. I'm just being real, man. I mean, shit, I still gotta portray that, although it's dead now, but portray that, I'm cool.
Let it flow.
I'm fine. But But no, I mean, that's what this is. I mean, BraveMaker was a life changer because at that point, 5:15 last night, you know, a dream came true for me. And so, yeah, and that's what this does. That's what he does. That's what the Academy does. And quite frankly, that's what you guys do. When you guys come to see what we put out to hopefully entertain you guys, that's when I realized that everybody's a part of this. And everybody has a job to do when we're doing it. And then you guys, when you come see it, we hope that we give you the entertainment. So thank you.
I want to piggyback on what you're saying because the first time I actually seen myself on the big screen was because of Tony as well, the crossing guard. And that was just like an amazing experience. Like, I'm like, wow, this is so cool. I'd never had that experience before. So I think that's amazing. Tony, the opportunities.
I love y'all. I love y'all.
Man,
Love you.
we love you.
Yeah,
like
we
the
love you,
opportunities that you provide, like the filmmaking community in the Bay Area and just beyond is amazing. Like it is amazing everything that you're doing and even just the concept of the class. Like, can you tell us like where that kind of came from or like what made you want to do this differently?
Okay, so when we hit 5, this is our 5th year, and I just felt like we started doing screenwriting classes to start, and I love teaching those, and we were doing them in person, and then of course, you know, pandemic, so we were doing them online. And I know there's a lot of online acting classes out there, and I was like, I just felt like I wanted to do something in person because I think that was just, it's a preference. So I thought, well, what if we did something where we could film it, and we've got enough talented people that could, you know, film it, edit it, and do that kind of thing, so that actors can get footage of themselves because it's really different. It's a really different experience when you're in an acting class and you don't have the boom mic or you don't have the pressure of a schedule and you're not hearing we're losing light. You can kind of do, you know, you can do as many takes as you want. You're workshopping it for an hour or 2 hours. And that's not how it is sometimes. You sometimes get a script or a booking 24 hours, 3 days, a week, and then you're on set. So I just wanted to, I'm not an acting teacher, I don't call myself. I'm a director. I'm a writer, so I like to work with actors because I'm an actor myself. So I never claim that I'm any kind of professional acting teacher. We don't talk about methods as much. We have a big thing in our studio that talks about what methods are. Sometimes we'll talk about, you know, this method, the Meisner technique, this method, blah, blah, blah. But it's really, I'm trying to teach actors how to work with directors, how to just take direction, and then also how to deal with bad direction, because a lot of directors don't know how to direct, and they'll say things and they'll be very confusing. And so we'll do sessions around, here, I wrote this original scene for you, here's your character. Sometimes I think one session you had a week, another session you had 2 weeks, because we've done 2 sessions or 3, I forget so far. How many did we do? 2, 3, I forget. How many sessions did we have?
We did 2 sessions.
2 sessions.
And like 5 films, right? Because we did 3 and 2 more.
That's right. The first session we did 3. We did Pill Me and Roomies on the same night.
Yeah.
That was a little ambitious.
That was a lot.
We did, it was like 6 hours, 6.5 hours, we did 2 short films.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were obviously only 1 room shorts, so there's a little difference. And I'm still looking, I'm figuring things out as I go. You know, I can put the bar high and hope to accomplish a lot and go, okay, 6 actors, all different levels. And I had to realize along the way, like, okay, some actors have never been on set before. They don't know anything. So you're gonna grunt. That's all I can really give you is this line or whatever. You can't have a role because you're not ready. You got to build experience. So I'm still trying to figure out, you know, scaling it in 2024. Do we do a beginner class? Do we do an intermediate and a professional? But I've heard people taking classes, and I've taken classes myself, hundreds, thousands of dollars, and with no footage and you can't. That's great, but that works for some people, and that's okay. If that works for you, do that. I've had people say to me that they just like the acting class experience and they don't really care if they book things. Then that's okay too. That's your path. You figure out what works for you. But I wanted to give people something that I could also play. I'm writing, I'm directing, I'm getting to use my skills. I'm really proud of Pill Me, you know. And J's for Jackson, I ended up writing a second half for Academy Session 2 where we did what happened after the party and what happens when everyone's dealing with the fallout. And so we did these fun scenes because I want to write and produce television. So that was fun for me to practice. So it's kind of like twofold. Yeah.
That's amazing. I really love the idea. And like you were saying, just having something tangible to take with you. And so let me ask you, what was some of the, like, what was the learning curve like for you, just like taking a class like that? Like, did you feel like, okay, I know acting, but like as far as everything else, like the production, was there anything new that you learned or anything that like stands out?
New that I learned. Trying to think.
I would say.
What would you say?
Oh yeah. Actually, I would answer that with basically how Tony just described that, which was what makes this so special, so unique, and so different is the fact that I'll put it this way: like he says he doesn't consider himself a teacher. He's a director. He's a producer, but we're still learning from him, as if we were a student. And these aren't classes; these are sessions. And so the way I would answer that is that that's what makes this so special, unique, and different. Is that this is another way to not just to get another step forward in what you want to accomplish, learn more of what you're doing, what your craft is. But for me personally, I would answer that is that this provided kind of the spark that I needed, because I took the acting classes, I took the trainings, I did all these things, and it works. I have some stuff, but I was still looking for that spark. Sometimes sometimes you need what you call it, a spark, or that kick in the to get you going.
Always got to go there.
I mean, sorry, I didn't say it this time, but like, but yeah, sometimes that's what you need, and that's what I found here at BraveMaker, working with you, definitely working with you, because sometimes you need something that's a little bit different, but still in that same way, that same stride, that same goal that you're going for. And
would you say too, getting the set experience, because acting classes aren't like set. Yeah. It's not like getting a schedule and dealing with an assistant director and having all the different moving parts. Sometimes as actors, I'm still learning the lingo. There's so many things we try to take time and go, this is what an apple box is. We're trying to do that kind of thing. Did you feel like you gained anything in that way?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Matter of fact, I'd answer that with, I actually messed up the very first time when we had those two things. I was in the room next door where they were filming Pill Me, and I was so hyped, I was so jazzed, I run through my lines, but someone came over and said, we need quiet on set. And it was me that was talking. I was the one that was loud and everything, but that's where I learned that, hey, I'm on a movie set. This is how pros do it. And moving forward, if I do have that dream of being, in a feature film, one of those posters out there that you see, when you go to those sets, there's going to be strict etiquette, strict protocol, strict procedures, policies that everybody's going to have to not only know but abide by and learn. And so, at this BraveMaker Academy, you're getting kind of a crash course on all these things, and that's what I not only learned, but that's what I did, and it was harder than I thought. At first I figured just be quiet, mind your business, and do your thing. But sometimes, when and then just to finish off, just that's what I gained. Like just the actual experience through there, and then realizing that everybody has a job to do. He's a director, I'm an actor. There's a person that does the action stick. There's a sound person.
Action stick. Yes.
Yes. Somebody. Yeah. Exactly. And again, that's the lingo. I need to know what that actually is called.
Slate, baby, slate.
Yes, the slate. Yes, that's right. But that's what I'm saying. You're on the set, you're out there, and you learn as you go along, the lingo, the protocol, everything. And the best part is everybody's got a job to do. You see us on there. What about the guys editing it, the sound, the music?
We need to shout them out. Gabriel, who is here, but a lot of them were interns. I would bring a few kind of professional, cinematographers or sound recorders in. We didn't have enough money. Like I didn't really make money sometimes on this thing because I'd be paying people from the registration fees to get some editing or to get to buy some some music. So eventually we want to level this up that we're like a film school too. Mm-hmm. So cinematographers and gaffers and editors are all getting to cut their teeth with the acting students too.
Yeah. One thing that I was thinking about in a lot of things that I think I learned on set, but one of them, like in other acting classes too, I think sometimes the other students are also kind of giving you feedback, which is great. But I learned on set from Tony that he tells the crew usually if you have, feedback for the actor or direction for the actor, don't just blurt out and tell them. And because I've been on sets where that's happened before, where I'm kind of other people start giving me feedback in between takes, and I'm confused because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to take, that sound guy's feedback, or I mean, I think I'm supposed to do with the director, but there's, you know what I mean?
Like,
but
next time, why don't
right?
you,
They're like, no, you got to do it like this, and I'm like, mm. So that was helpful. I think that it was kind of like, okay, if you have something to say, go talk to the director, and then it was like, it wasn't confusing for me because I was able to listen to Tony.
And let me add too, I do not want to be the center of this, so I am trying to find more working directors to take over and to partner and maybe offer other nights. And we did get one, actually we had one Google producer who came up and taught a class or two, and he does more commercial stuff and industrial, so trying to expand our the reach and exposure for the actors too. But we connected with Christine Weatherup from LA, and so she's an actor and a screenwriter and has a feature film on Peacock called See You Next Christmas. And I pitched her, hey, I'll fly you up here. I can pay you $100. I can give you food. Can you write a short film for these actors and do a session with them? And she did. So they got this awesome experience with an LA woman director coming up and working with them. It's so cool.
Yeah. When's the next class?
Starts in September.
Right?
Yeah, September through October, and then October through December. And right now we're going to be doing auditions. So we're only going to take 10 students. And so all the returners had kind of first priority to come back. And I think 5 of the 7 from last time, or 5, I forget, are coming back. So we're going to open up opportunities for new people to do a self-tape and just kind of see where we are. And then we'll, start the next session soon.
Auditions, you said?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like that. Does anybody have any questions in the audience? I want to make space. Okay. Okay.
You want to know what happened with Misha and Jackson?
Yeah.
Did they go to
what
Mexico? What do you think? We wrote some extra stuff with them, and I'm also writing a Pilmy prequel and sequel too. Like, how did Melody get to be in that role, and what happened to Chelsea and Theo? I'm playing around with that. Yeah.
Okay. So is that gonna go into the next
It might.
class?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you ever give the students opportunity to write, direct, or anything like?
Yeah, so that's the other thing too, is I said, if anybody has ideas or they have characters they want to play, let's work with that. If there are any, we had screenwriters in our BraveMaker Academy screenwriting session that I said, hey, eventually you all could be writing for these actors. So that's the goal, is to try to create this sort of production company.
Yeah. See, and that's what I thought at first. I thought it was they were writing, directing, producing. But I think it's so cool to just have a real set, like, created in an acting class, because like you were saying, if you haven't ever been on a set, you don't know set etiquette, so it just throws you right in there versus just, and like you said, it's preference. Like, you may want to just go in an acting class and go in it, work the material, but I think it's really cool just to get the full scope of what it's really like to come into a space, a set, and actually like create something, shoot it, edit it, like the whole process. I think that's amazing, and I'm so excited to join the next audition.
Come on.
Yeah, to audition for the next one. Can we talk? Can we talk about the cost, the price?
Oh yeah.
Class? Okay.
Yeah. So $600. So it's
Okay.
basically like $100 a week.
Okay.
For the class, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that is, for the training, for the original creation of stuff. And now that money goes into also paying. So Adrienne is on our board of directors, and I just always appreciate her, because I would do these things for free. I'm always like, I wanted to make it free. I want people to come. I want it
She's
easy.
like, no.
Yeah, exactly. I'm often like, hey, if you're a volunteer, if you're a part of our team, she's like, no, people have to pay, because we have to make this organization sustainable. So $600 for now. We're trying to figure out if we do a different kind of rhythm eventually. Like, do we do 6 weeks in a row on a Wednesday and then shoot all day on a Sunday? We're figuring out as we go. Yeah.
Did you have something?
Nope.
Okay. If we don't have any questions, I just wanted to thank you guys for coming up here and talking about the BraveMaker Academy and sharing your work. because that's like really cool just to be able to sit back and see yourself on so many different short films. That's such an opportunity. So thank you both, and thank you, Tony. Thanks for having me up here.
Oh my gosh, can we get up for Melanie Victor? She's been with us today, and she's leaving now, so thank you. Really appreciate so much love. I'm so full. I'm going to crash tomorrow, as I'm sure all of you are too, but thank you for staying and being patrons of BraveMaker. The next session, the next program is at 5 p.m., the Bay Area Shorts, which is our last program. All right. Good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Thank
you.